done it! I cannot believe it! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again!
Hello everyone, we are Through on Go, a podcast where we talk about football and pretty much nothing else. My name is Sam, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host and best friend in the world, Elliot.
Hello, Sam.
Hello, Elliot. How are you?
Tired.
Yeah, so am I. We don't do this on a Monday. This is weird.
Yeah, no, it's. I've had a long day at work and I'm tired, but yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I had a lovely weekend at the beach with nothing but rain. And yeah, I'm still sunburnt. I am pink as anything. I don't know how that happens. It's the ginger in me. But I've always campaigned. I say I've always campaigned. It was when everything happened on a Monday. I was like, we should do this on a Monday. And I don't want to do this on a Monday anymore. But yes, Elliot, what a weekend of football we were treated to. The final, well, it's the end of this full season of the Championship, obviously before the playoffs.
Well, with all the Football League.
Football, oh yeah, of course, whole of the Football League, Championship League 1, League 2. Some big games that were, well, the stakes were just so high. And as we talk today, obviously it will be released Wednesday. Who knows what will happen? But the stakes could still be quite high for Derby and Wycombe.
No.
You don't reckon?
No, they can just appeal it for as long as they want. They'll be fine.
But the thing is with the EFL,
Rams have stayed up.
The EFL, it feels like Derby.
Oh, the EFL hate Derby.
They hate Derby. And there's talk, obviously, if a points deduction was to happen, it might be next year. That's what happened with Sheffield Wednesday, isn't it? I think they went to like adjudication or something like that, and they got it put off to the next season, which obviously at the expense of Charlton wasn't incredible, but it happened anyway. And well, let's talk about the Derby Wednesday game first. We both watched it. Oh my word!
From behind the sofa.
Oh my word! I mean, what a game anyway. Amazing game, cracking game. But I don't. Derby played their second choice keeper, who in the past few weeks, he's not good in the big occasions. And you've got David Marshall on the bench, who not long ago was in a penalty shootout to take Scotland to the Euros. That's a man for your big occasions.
Not someone who dropped the ball at Wembley.
Not someone who dropped the ball at Wembley. God, and that was like last year.
A couple of years ago.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean? Yeah, but like, how on earth, how have they fallen? What do you reckon? Do you reckon Rooney's still in charge?
He's got to go. He's useless, isn't he? It's hopeless.
No,
he doesn't breathe confidence into anything he does. In his interviews, he was asked how he dealt with his nerves before the Champions League final. He said he put on Sister Act and got an early night.
Yeah, I was expecting him to say he was going to watch Sister Act 2. Something like, at least a bit of banter, but no, it was just, I'll stick on another film.
Yeah.
Good for you, Wayne. Good for you. Nice to know that you're feeling it. I was watching it at a caravan, I was streaming it a couple of minutes behind you, I think I was.
I was a couple of minutes behind live.
So I don't know how far behind I was, but let's start with...
To be fair, I was keeping up with it via betting apps because they are live. They are more live than live telly because they have to be, because otherwise they lose money. Although I was watching the game on telly, I was kind of watching it through dangerous attacks and throw-ins.
Yeah, I was watching it on the Sky app, and you go. It's whenever you concede a goal before half time, your whole team talk changes, and it seemed to work because Derby came out storming the second half. 2 goals in 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah. Comfortable. Obviously, let's talk at the same time. Rotherham are facing Cardiff. What a goal! Just to start with.
Yeah, Lewis Wing. It was he scored a similarly good goal against Blackburn the game before, or 2 games before. So yeah, I was surprised that Rotherham didn't hold on though. Marlon Pack is a new Derby legend.
He'll probably be in for him in the summer.
Get pack number 88 on the back of your Derby shirt next season.
Oh no, because you know there's someone that is going to have that on the back of their shirt, and that is tragic. Have you already got one?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. But I mean, if it was Hull, if it was Hull City in that situation, I'd be looking at my finances.
Oh my word! So yeah, and obviously it was definitely. Do you reckon it was a pen?
Oh, all day long.
Yeah, and the beauty of the Championship is that when something's given, it is given. There's none of this looking for 2 minutes, easy offside.
Though you say that, I still, first of all, the first Sheffield Wednesday goal shouldn't have been Sheffield Wednesday's throw-in.
No.
But no matter what they say, I'm still convinced it was offside.
I don't think so. I think his foot was just on.
Regardless of that, though, their third, who Jordan Rhodes scored, he is definitely offside. He's behind the line.
Yes, that one I agree with. It was literally headed just over again. Roos, I don't know. He's not convincing for me. But
he's a top League One goalkeeper or a or a lower first choice, lower championship team, or naturally lower championship team, because Derby aren't used to this.
No, and
Like a Rotherham goalkeeper, or whoever's coming up alongside Hull City and Peterborough. Someone like
that's
Blackpool, or he shouldn't be Derby's number one.
no, and I don't know why he was. But Patrick Roberts obviously scored a cracking goal, and then 3-3.
1-0 Burnley.
1-0 Burnley. Fair enough. Bye-bye Fulham. My boys.
It's not happening.
No, it's not happening, is it? And then, Rotherham, 88th minute, which means that obviously, yes, as it stands at time of recording, Derby are still up. But Wycombe, they did not finish.
Third from bottom.
The history books will show Wycombe were 1 point off staying up this season. Don't worry about the 15-goal swing they needed, because let's face it, in 10 years' time, we're not going to look at that and go, what's that? That'll be a quiz question when we're still doing this.
The thing is, though, Wycombe were never in any danger of staying up.
No, and they
At any point throughout the season, not just final day.
And they went to Middlesbrough, didn't they? And they were just like, do you know what, let's just play some football. And they won 3-0. I loved the admin. It was like, that's one. And Bayo was
just
tweeting.
Need 12 more.
And Bayo was tweeting like, let's come on, it's 11 more, 10 more. And could they? Nah, never know. You do it.
I did see some shouts of Gareth Ainsworth should be manager of the season in the Championship. I think he's done well, but not manager of the season. I think the best manager this season in the Championship is the Barnsley manager. Just they're in the playoffs. No one expected that.
No, because this is your last season, weren't they? They were bottom of the league at like
the last day of the season.
That's it, and then they
we took that.
Yeah, this could be Derby then. Derby next year, boom, playoffs. If we're following
they're used to it, aren't they? They'll be what was it? The Derby way. The reason that they sacked one of their many managers that they've had. The Derby way seems to be being top at Christmas, being top in March, and then falling into the playoffs and losing in the playoff semi-finals to the team that gets promoted.
Yeah,
fingers crossed. Also, because I'm now so close to Derby's ground, I will be getting a season ticket for next season, provided we are allowed into the stadiums, which fingers crossed we should be able to.
Looking likely, yeah.
I am looking forward to the reception that Marlon Pack and his Cardiff teammates get
yes,
coming out of Pride Park.
This is very true. And then you're going to have to give your season ticket to me for the day that Hull come to Derby, and then I'll just sit in the Derby seat.
You're just trying to save yourself 20 quid.
I absolutely am, yeah. I have a young baby and another baby on the way. I'm saving all the money I can. But no, what did you think of the celebrations? Because that got a lot of talk. I know, but
I was stood at the back, responsibly distanced myself, because I really don't want COVID. And if I was to get it anywhere, this is as big a mass gathering as I've been to since I went to Pride Park about 18 months ago when we lost 1-0 to Matt Clark, which I think Derby have only won about 3 games since then at Pride Park. I think it's made out worse than it was, really. It was a couple of hundred people who it's Forest fans. It's Forest fans who also, what was it, only 2-3 years ago, had a pitch invasion for not going onto the pitch, for not getting relegated. But okay, you're putting your Roy Keane hat on. It's not something to celebrate, but it's far better than the alternative.
A lot of people, I think, are like, Roy Keane, whatever he says, everyone lives on. And I get it. So I completely agree. The thing is, Derby go down, the financial implications that they're currently in doesn't help if they're then relegated into League One. Yeah, I think, don't get me wrong, coming onto the pitch and just cheering that kind of sigh of relief, that big cheer just to stay up, fine. I think the outside with the beer staying up. Out of context, yes, I think you would think they've been promoted. I get it. But at the same time, they've just stayed up.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? They have just stayed up. It's a relief for all fans, for a team that aren't in this situation. They're never in this situation. So
it's a traumatic season for them, really.
It's not been a good
season that really just shouldn't have happened. And they should have been far clear of what they were. It should have never gone to the final game. It shouldn't have gone to the final month. But it went to the final 15 minutes and they somehow got away with it.
They got up.
Although while I was there were some Derby fans singing Wayne Rooney's name and probably a similar amount booing those chants.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But no, who knows? Wycombe may stay up. At least Sheffield Wednesday, Rotherham are down, and that's weird to say that what's weird to say is that Wycombe, Rotherham and Sheffield Wednesday all went down. I think that's too weird to say, but the weirdest thing to say is that if Derby do get the points deduction, Wycombe, of those three teams, would stay up. And I love to see that. Not to see that, I love hearing that.
It would be amazing as well, because not only were Wycombe lucky to to even be in the Championship,
they
completely fluked their way into it. Imagine if they fluked their way into another season.
Oh, all the fans would. Everyone loves Wycombe at the moment, but if they fluke their way to the Championship, I don't think they'll have many people that like them.
I wonder what the Sunderland fans will think.
Sunderland, Peterborough. Because if Wycombe stay up next season, Wycombe went up at Peterborough's expense last year.
It was Peterborough and Sunderland, wasn't it, into the playoffs? They went over them on points per game.
Yes.
They were about to play Coventry top of the league, and if they'd have lost that, which they would have dropped out of those playoff spaces on points per game.
Oh, amazing. Elliot, Hull City lift the title.
Been a long time coming.
Shall we move on? Because you were unbearable last week.
Well, we did have a game of football to play as well, which...
Well, yeah.
We weren't great. I mean, I really don't care. It would have been nice if we kept I think it was 18 games unbeaten streak going, but who cares? We lifted the trophy for the first time in, was it 55 years? Yeah, I'm over the moon with it, and our Nige clapping us out.
If you want to know Elliot's reaction, listen to all of last week's episode. I'm not listening to that again.
No, it's been a long time coming, and I've watched Premier League football, European football, playoff wins, FA Cup final, but it's the first title in my lifetime and a lot of Hull City fans' lifetime, so not going to sleep on it.
No, that's nice. I mean, come back when you win the League 2 title. I mean, it's
come back when you've even reached an FA Cup quarter final.
No.
I think that was the furthest Gills have ever made it.
Oh, well then, I'm back. League One playoffs obviously were still very much up for grabs at the final game of the season. Blackpool, for me, I think are my favourites to go up. I'm looking at the League One Championship playoffs, and I want to face Sunderland.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. Based on this season, but well, not just this season, but how many games? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. They've won 2. And those 2 were against Oxford, who are in the playoffs, and Plymouth.
I prefer the 1 in 9 rather than 2 in 10.
Oh, okay, 1 in 9. I thought I'd give them a little bit of credit.
Well, yeah, then you can say 3 in 11. But yeah, no.
I mean, the playoffs, so it'd be Blackpool v Oxford. Oxford again, who near enough the start of the season, they started poor. They weren't just above relegation, weren't they?
And then they've really clawed it back in recent weeks with former Kenny Jackett can't hack it.
Well, hashtag. But no, Portsmouth again miss out on the playoffs. And what? I don't get it.
They needed a win at home to Accrington and they would have confirmed playoffs. And a few of their players were spotted not long after full time at the pub.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know what more you have to do. I mean, John Marquez was trending on my Twitter. Not good. Apparently, he's very lazy.
From what I heard, though, I mean, I didn't watch the game because I was watching my own team, but apparently the Accrington keeper had an absolute stormer of a game.
Oh, I read that as well, actually, yeah.
And Oxford thanked them after the game, thanked him after getting awarded man of the match, and Oxford will probably still be hurting from what they will see as a massive injustice at Wembley last season against Wycombe.
They lost.
But you watched the game.
Yes, I did watch the game, but
they lost, but I don't know how.
But their only goal was a cross.
Yeah, from that, Blackpool-Oxford's going to be a hell of a game.
Yes, I think that's going to be
They're the 2 on-form teams. They've both won their last 3. I think Lincoln reached the final over Sunderland. It's just who reaches it, and I really can't call that.
The 2 games that Blackpool played this season against Oxford finished 0-0 at home, and Blackpool at home, and then away, Blackpool won 2-0. So if we're going off that, Lincoln-Sunderland, I mean, Lincoln, if they were if Gillingham facing Lincoln, well, Sunderland beat them 4-0 at Lincoln.
Yeah.
Then it got to the EFL Trophy final stage, and Sunderland beat them 5-3 on penalties, and it was 1-1 in March. So,
thing is, they're different sides since then.
Lincoln
have fallen away and kind of come back a little bit.
It's a one-off. It's a one-off game. You know what I mean? It's 2 off games. It's not a league game, so there's meaning
knockout
to
football,
it.
Yeah.
And Sunderland were knockout football. I mean, they get to the playoff final, but then
thing is, though, so if Sunderland get to the playoff final, there'll be fans allowed in the stadium for that. I think that would be something like Sunderland's 8th game at Wembley. If they were to lose that, then Sunderland would have lost all games at Wembley where fans were there, because because the only game that they've ever won at Wembley was the Pizza Cup final against. Who did they beat?
I stopped caring about the Pizza Cup when Gillingham left. Was it Salford? No, Salford won it.
Salford beat Portsmouth, didn't they? Because Kenny Jackett can't hack it.
Hashtag.
It was Tranmere. Of
course it was.
But yeah, so that is the only time that Sunderland have ever won at Wembley, and no one was there to see it.
So your prediction for the League One playoffs? Who's going up?
It's the winner of Blackpool or Oxford. I'll edge it Blackpool.
Oh, I'm going Blackpool as well.
I
did go technically. I went for Gillingham
over us.
Which Gillingham wasn't the worst bet, but no, I went for Gillingham. Let's quickly go back to the Championship playoffs. Obviously, we have Brentford, Swansea, Barnsley, and Bournemouth, which just sound like an odd bunch. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't. Who do you think's winning that? Obviously, it's Brentford, Bournemouth.
Brentford beat Bournemouth. I've not been massively impressed with Bournemouth, at least recently. Lost 3 in a row. My heart says Barnsley, my head says Swansea.
Now, in my Championship predictions,
I'd go Barnsley Brentford final with Brentford winning.
In my Championship predictions, I had Swansea going up. I can't remember if it was playoffs or automatic, but I had them going up.
Yep.
So because of that, I am going Swansea to win the playoffs.
The top goal scorer in any Championship season ever, Ivan Toney.
Yes.
Also, I would...
Because Swansea have the most clean sheets this season. Their goalkeeper, I think, has 21 clean sheets. Something stupid like that.
Is it Freddie Woodman?
Yes.
Is he still on loan from Newcastle or is he a Swansea player now? Because I think if he is on loan, it's his second season on loan there.
Good question. Oh, sorry, he has 20 clean sheets. Watford have 23.
Oh, okay. But that's not necessarily...
Watford have had 2 keepers this season.
Ben Foster and... I wanted to say Aurelio Gomez, but I think he's a priest now.
I don't know who he is now. Yes, he's on loan from Newcastle still.
Okay. Yeah. Also, talking of Newcastle, I know I've mentioned it before, but the 2 top goal scorers in the Championship this season, Ivan Toney left Newcastle for Peterborough for 1.7 million. Adam Armstrong left Newcastle for Blackburn for 300,000. That is 59 Championship League goals for 2 million.
Also, can we just say credit to Armstrong here? Because Blackburn are 15th in the league.
Oh, yeah, but you take his goals out of that Blackburn team and
they're fighting relegation.
Yeah, they're basically Derby with a striker.
Well, to put it into perspective, Adam Armstrong is top goal scorer for Blackburn with 28 goals. Yeah. Their second
I'd guess.
is Sam Gallagher. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's Sam Gallagher.
I guess he's on 6.
8.
Oh, okay.
So there's a whole 20 goals between first and second. That's And Harvey Elliott, obviously, he seems to have done okay at Blackburn.
I think he's got a lot of assists.
11 assists this season.
Did he only come in January as well?
No, I'm sure he's been there the whole season. 11 assists in half a season. That's ridiculous if that is the case. But I'm going Swansea, and we'll go to the League 2 playoffs now.
Bolton are back up. Well, I only caught the end of what was happening in League 2 because I'd just come back from watching the celebrations at Pride Park. Yeah. Cheltenham went up as champions.
Yep, Cambridge and Bolton.
Cambridge and Bolton. I'll tell you what.
At the expense of Morecambe.
Cambridge away with Gills would be a good one.
Yeah, I'm happy just to watch Gillingham.
Probably an hour and a half away from here. Yeah.
Salford just missed out on the playoffs, much to a lot of delight.
Also, I know I'm going to go back to what I was saying, but I'd love to go Cambridge way just because Gills being Gills, the chance about just being a boat race or about just... Yeah, there'll be so many chants about the boat race or about being poshos or whatever. Cambridge away is a must next season with Gillingham.
Just for the chance for the boat race.
Oh, yeah.
Who are you going then in your predictions for the playoff final in League 2? Now, if we have
Morecambe, Tranmere, Newport, Forest Green. I seem to remember Tranmere were very unlucky to get relegated last season because it was the points per game, wasn't it? They were kind of unjustly relegated. I think they dropped into it because of other teams having games in hand.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see Tranmere, but to be honest, my knowledge of League 2 isn't the best. I know Newport always do well in the FA Cup. I know Forest Green are building a wooden stadium. I know Morecambe's in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and I think Tyson Fury's from Morecambe. So at not wanting to get beaten up by world heavyweight champion of the world, I'm going to go Morecambe.
Right. All right, Tyson, if you're listening, tell your friends and don't beat Elliot up.
Tell Eddie Hearn, because he knows how to sell stuff.
I'm going Newport.
Yeah?
I think, going into it, form's looking good. I think they always seem to have just a good season. They always seem to have a cup run against a Premier League side.
Leicester, Tottenham. They took Tottenham to a replay.
I did, yeah.
Leicester. I
just think Forest Green are always in and around. I swear, every time I look at the table, they're always playoffs.
They're there.
They're the bridesmaids, never the bride. Morecambe missed out on a point, and the reason they lost out is because
Losing
they
to
lost to Bolton. Yeah, but I just think Newport are going to edge that. I can't remember who I put to go up in League Two, but hey ho. Let's quickly do a European roundup before we go on to our
And it's a shock, isn't it?
hotly anticipated quiz for you.
I've got some cracking questions. They're not going to be easy. They're not going to be easy, but as it's over, it doesn't really matter how easy or hard they are. They're entertaining.
Oh, good. Oh, it's going to be something stupid like, what's the name of Darius Vassell's cats, isn't it?
No, he's not a cat man. He's a dog man. No.
Oh, is he? Right.
No, it's not Darius Vassell. Although I did actually think of a question for him earlier, but I didn't put it.
No one seems to want fourth.
How's this got into the European roundup? I mean, I suppose it's fighting for European football, but...
Oh, yeah. Fourth anyway.
Leicester got done 4-2 by Newcastle.
Newcastle.
I mean, they went 4-0 down to Newcastle. That's all you need to know. That doesn't happen. I'm pretty sure... I was having a look at this, and in Steve Bruce's 200-odd games he managed for us, we only scored 4 away from home once. It was 4-0 away to Cardiff, with my favourite strike partnership of all time, Longovic. But, yeah, no, that was a surprise. We say no one wants fourth because Chelsea are getting third.
Yeah, Leicester seem to get to this point of the season where they just, I don't know what it is, but they seem to just...
They fall apart. It was the same last season.
Is it fatigue? Is it belief? It can't be, they won the bloody league for crying out loud. So you can't say
you
that
can say that, but how many of them actually won the league? 4 of them. Vardy, Schmeichel. Is Fuchs still there?
Probably. Who's centre
Mark
back?
Albrighton.
So
there's not a lot left.
Well, still though, they still
Well,
got
at least of the sort of spine of that squad of that season.
Yeah.
Danny Simpson's, I think, at Bristol City.
Okay, well, relegated to League Two.
Wes Morgan.
He's still there.
Is he?
Yeah, he's still there.
Oh, okay. Who played alongside him at the back? Robert Huth. He's still appealing to Twitter.
What game was he playing?
I think it was something to do with a lead centre back.
Or not a lead centre back. I think that was it, yeah.
And who else is there? Well, Mahrez obviously is now one of the world's best wingers. Albrighton's still there.
Yeah.
N'Golo Kante, whatever happened to him. Danny Drinkwater, whatever happened to him.
Oh, dear. Is he at like Trabzonspor or something like that? Isn't he?
Trabzonspor, yeah. I think you're probably right there. That was question number 1 for me. No.
Yes.
And then it was a mixture of Ajoa and Okazaki with Jamie Vardy.
Okazaki, fair enough. But who gets fourth? Because Tottenham obviously lost 3-1 to Leeds.
He went to Kazim Pasa.
Oh, yeah.
On loan.
Yeah.
He's played 9, scored none.
Impact.
Got 3 England caps.
Who gets fourth?
I mean, after Friday night, I would have said Tottenham. After Saturday lunchtime, I would have said West Ham. After yesterday, I'm thinking bloody Fulham. No, are Liverpool still in the race?
Ish.
Yeah, no, they are. And they've got a game in hand. I want it to be West Ham.
Oh,
I want Champions League
bastard.
football at London Stadium.
You dirty boy. Never say that again. No, I think the top 4 stays how it
You
is.
think Leicester hang on?
Yeah, I think they just hang on. I think they've got enough quality to hang on, and the manager's good
I think
enough.
they still need a few points though. They can't, and they've got some hard games coming up.
Oh, they've got Tottenham and
United.
Do they still have Chelsea to play?
Yep.
Yeah.
Twice. Once in the FA Cup final and once in the league.
Okay, can I change my mind? I go Tottenham. No, it'll probably be Liverpool, won't it? And Jurgen Klopp will get manager of the season for it.
They've got United on Thursday night and then it's West Brom, Burnley, Palace.
Okay, well, congrats Liverpool on your 4th spot. Now, as we speak, there was talk today of Juventus potentially being expelled from Serie A/Calcio A.
Again,
yeah. Because of their participation in the Super League, because they are just refusing to step down from it. Now,
got no money.
What do you think? Do you think that's just? Do you think the Premier League would ever have the cojones to do that with their top side? Man, the United, Liverpool.
They could afford to do it with their top side. They probably couldn't afford to do it with their top 6 because suddenly then all the viewing rights will go to the conference.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, well, the money will then get distributed between Weymouth, Notts County, and Dover have left now, haven't they? They've furloughed everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, they wouldn't be able to do it with all of them, but maybe one of them. But yeah, it's just, you can't expect to get away with it and yeah, come down on them hard.
No, that's fair enough. It'll be interesting because Pirlo's obviously looking like he's going to leave. Well, I would say leave, sacked. Ronaldo has, from what I've read, no interest in playing in the Europa League.
He'll just want to keep his Champions League record going, won't he?
Where does he go?
PSG.
Neymar's just signed a new contract there. Mbappe might stay. If they can bring in Ronaldo, Mbappe's staying, I think. But Juventus have spent all this money on...
Here's one for you. Real Madrid.
Well, I was thinking Real Madrid, but I reckon he might go back to Portugal. Well, potentially. We talked about this not long ago, I'm pretty sure.
Juventus would still need an offer to accept, and I don't think Porto or
It depends
Sporting
on-
Lisbon or whoever has the funds.
It depends on how long he's got left on his contract. Because and to be fair, let's face it, Ronaldo will have a say. He's too big of a player to be... If Ronaldo throws his toys out the pram and says, I'm not playing for you again, and they fine him, God, they can fine him for how long? He can force a move. Ronaldo can leave. He left Real Madrid, for crying out loud. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's the legend, and, you know, he left United, Real Madrid. I'm sure they didn't want to let him go. He can do what he wants.
Me talking as a Messi fanboy here. Mm-hmm. He's currently 5th in the Serie A. This is a Juventus side who won the league with an overweight Higuain with a very similar 11. Messi doesn't let that happen as he's 3rd in the league.
Yeah, well, yeah.
With an overweight Pjanic in midfield.
No, but he's... Pirlo, Pirlo should never have been manager. I think that was too...
He only gets coaching badges like a week before getting the job or something.
Probably. Europa Conference... It's Europa League.
Oh, yeah, go on. Get them away at Bursaspor on a Thursday lunchtime. I don't know what time these kickoffs are going to be in the Europa Conference, because obviously Thursday evenings get talked down on a little bit because of the Europa League. Thursdays are gone. Fridays you kind of reserve for league games.
I think they're being played on Thursdays.
Yeah, but you need it to be at like 2:00 in the afternoon where it's got no viewing figures.
Yeah, no,
it's competed with Loose Women for the telly spot.
No, I do. I actually think it is Thursday going with the Europa League on that. But I think I just want to see what the trophy looks like. I don't know why, but because the Champions League trophy, iconic.
It's a tube of Pringles with some Skittles.
Because the Champions League trophy, European Cup, whatever it's called, it's absolutely an iconic trophy in football, not just European. The UEFA Cup or Europa League, I think that's quite a nice trophy. I think it looks nice, but this is their 3rd tier competition. Are they going to just... What was it? Was it called the Intertoto Cup?
Intertoto
It was a
Cup,
shield, wasn't it? It was like a plate that you get at Sports Day.
But didn't teams get in that for
winning?
Fair play?
Yeah, because Newcastle, I think that's the last trophy Newcastle have won, was the...
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, I think they won the league, obviously the championship trophy, but European trophy-wise, it's the Intertoto Cup. And it wasn't even a cup, it's a shield. Google Intertoto Newcastle. It's a picture of Scott Parker looking like he could not care less. And it's a shield. I'm pretty sure it's like a plate, when you get a Sports Day for like best house.
It's a certificate.
Yeah, it's participation. Just like...
It's a bathroom tile. Look at it.
He doesn't care, does he?
I mean, I would.
What, Scott Parker?
No, I'd care. I'd care. I'd want the Thursday nights in Slovenia.
No, I know. No, that's it.
Drinking 20-cent pints.
The Europa Conference, the look you just gave me. No, the Europa... Because...
In fear of getting kidnapped.
That's what football is all about.
Yeah, exactly.
That is what football is all about.
Yeah. Football is nothing without the fear of getting kidnapped. Get that on
Get that on a plate. On the shield. Right, Elliot, we're going to do our monthly quiz now. I have come to you with a quiz.
It's an absolute cop-out.
It's an absolute cop-out. Now, for Christmas...
Do the first 10.
For Christmas, I was given a very nice present, which was a calendar, and every single day there is a question that you have to answer. Now, I've lost, so I thought I'd let the calendar write the quiz for me. Now, I have absolutely no idea what these questions are. They could be the easiest thing in the world. They could be the hardest thing. I don't know. And with each question, Elliot, I'll give you a little fact, because there's a little fact in the top right-hand corner for you. I am going to read you the 10 days. It's the 10th today.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read you from the 1st of May to the 10th.
Is this what you can do every month?
No, well, this is like the end of the season-ish kind of for our quiz. So
this is the last one, yeah.
I hope so.
I mean, it's done anyway. Also on mine, so there are some very interesting questions, but there are bonus points galore.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I know what you said in the past about your bonus points, but I don't mind because I've won for the season. So.
Okay, then. Right, who's going to go first then? You seem to be quite happy and pleased with yours, so...
Okay, yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, hit me.
So, who were the last 4th tier team, so League 2, to reach the semi-finals of an FA Cup? I'll give you 1 point for the team and 1 point for the year. Semi-finals.
Were Lincoln League 2 or were they Conference? Nah. Oh, they might have been conference. I feel like, because they lost to Arsenal, I think Lincoln did. Or they got...
After beating Burnley.
I'm pretty sure it was like those two teams faced each other. So there was always like a guaranteed team in this, or maybe that was the quarterfinals. And then they lost in the quarters. League Two. Is that currently in League Two now? Or just who were at League Two at the time?
Who were in League Two at the time.
Right. Can I have a clue? Are they in League Two now?
At time of recording, no.
At time of recording, no. Does that mean they could go into League Two?
At time of recording, no.
Well, hold on. How can no? Oh, are they in the conference now?
You've had your clue.
Torquay.
And what year?
1994.
No. So I said at time of recording, no, because League One season as a whole hasn't finished yet because the playoffs are still happening.
Oh, so they could go into...
So it's Swindon in 1912.
Oh, I was a bit off with my guess. Okay, then. So here we go. Saturday, the 1st of May. I promise you I've never seen these. So here we go. Which Partick Thistle player with the initials AR appeared in 2 World Cup final tournaments for Scotland?
Alan Rodgers.
Alan Ruff.
That was just a complete
Oh my
guess.
God! Right, the answers are upside down on the next page. So you said Alan Robert, and I'm looking at it thinking,
Hang on.
Hold on a
Because
second.
I went
here.
really quick as well.
Yeah,
I thought I'd do it.
like, give me a chance to look at it. No, Alan Ruff.
It was always going to be Alan being Scottish.
Of course, yeah,
Alan.
AR, yeah.
Yeah, so my next one, I'll give you a point for each one of the answers. There are 3 answers.
Okay.
Can you name any of the 3 teams who are in the same Europa League group stage as Wigan?
What a stupid question. Seville, Rubin Kazan, Atalanta.
Did you say Seville just because it's the Europa League?
Yeah.
So, it was Zulte Waregem from Belgium,
Oh, yeah.
Maribor from Slovenia. I mean, they played Champions League before. And Rubin Kazan.
No way!
Yeah.
I got Rubin Kazan.
Yep,
No
so you're at 1
chance.
point, which means with these questions, you've probably won this one.
Oh,
Because they played Rubin Kazan away on a Thursday night and Yeovil at home on the Sunday afternoon.
Honestly, I can't. I tried to think of the most Europa League team.
Yeah.
And Rubin Kazan. I was thinking them or Shakhtar Donetsk for some reason, but yeah, okay. Oh my! Can we end it now? I'm not topping that.
I've got a good question. Number 7 is a question I like.
Oh, I'm not topping that. Okay. Which HE became the youngest player in the Premier League history in 2018-19 when he turned...
Harvey Elliot.
All right. Yeah, well done. Your top right fact or quote is, you are always just sitting below the volcano exploding. It's who can control it the best. So I hope they are really uptight about it, said Craig Levine, Hearts boss on the Edinburgh Derby.
What was the fact on the first one?
Oh, yes.
I don't think you said
Apologies. The first one. George Camsell is Middlesbrough's all-time record scorer with 345 goals in 453 games. He scored a record 63 goals in the 1926-27 season for Borough and scored an incredible 27 hat-tricks for the club. But then again, if you're playing for a club in like the 20s, I'm not being funny, but I could score that many.
Question number 3. Who is Middlesbrough's top goal scorer?
George Camsell.
Go.
Yes.
So, how many of Adama Traore's 7 Premier League goals have come in the second half?
Is that this season?
I think it's sort of all time. He doesn't score a lot, does he?
He scored a few last season. I'd be surprised if it's 7. Then again, he hasn't. He's barely done anything this season. No, I think that is all. In the second half.
I'm pretty sure. Remember, we watched Wolves Fulham where he scored the winner. I think that might have been his first goal of the season.
Well, there's one.
It's at least one. And I've given you that.
sure.
I've handed you that.
I'm sure I read, or it came up when I was watching a Wolves game, that all of them have come in the second half. So I'm going to go 7.
All 7.
Yes. Correct. Yes. Okay then. Oh, I do apologise. Who scored in both the 2014 and 2017 FA Cup final
Aaron
for
Ramsey.
Arsenal?
Aaron Ramsey, get it gone. Next.
You're... Sorry. I didn't write them. I genuinely didn't write them. In 2011, with just 12 seconds on the clock, Ebbsfleet United's goalie, Preston Edwards, was left with a one-on-one situation after a misplaced back pass from one of his own defenders. He brought the oncoming striker down and earned himself one of the quickest ever red cards.
Fair enough.
Well done, Preston Edwards.
So my next one, I will give you, because it's my standard Jill's question.
Oh, good. There was your whole question.
So
I'm
there's-
unbearable
There's
this season.
5 possible answers. I'll give you 1 point for 3 and 2 points for 5.
Oh my
Okay?
God, right, okay. Are you keeping track of the scores?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm-
Can you name the 5 Gills players to score 20 or more league goals in a season since the turn of the century?
Right. Well, for Dean Oliver is one because he scored his 20th this season. 20 or more. Tom Eaves, absolutely. Simeon Jackson, I think scored a fair few. I think Cody McDonald had a good season, one season.
Who's answer number 5 going to be?
Oh, his surname is King. It's not Marlon King. It is Marlon King, isn't it? Marlon King.
5 out of 5, Marlon King. I probably wouldn't have. I would have probably got the other 4, but I would have probably gone Danny Kedwell
No,
because he took penalties.
He did, but he only he scored, don't get me wrong, Gillingham legend, I highest regard, but he never really scored more than 10 or 11 goals a season. Marlon King, he was a legend for Gills. You didn't think I was going to get that, did you? Gills,
No, I didn't. No.
Gills man. David Stewart was the last Scottish to play in a European Cup / Champions League final.
Goalkeeper.
Yeah, goalkeeper. No, fair enough. I strike Deadpool's a la Perlo. Each shot bears my name, and they're all my children, says Andre Perlo. Do you like these facts?
I don't know. So my next one is, who does Tom Hanks support?
Aston Villa. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Isn't he on a mural outside the...
Is he?
I'm pretty sure we drove him
Oh
past
yeah, we
it.
drove. No, yeah, because I remember we drove past that mural for Wycombe away at Aston Villa, and it said there was another quote from a former Villa player saying, "Was it the first thing I did when I signed for Aston Villa was phone my dad?" And I thought, if I was the dad, he's no son of mine. Tom Hanks.
In 2014, which player became the most expensive defender in the world when he was transferred for 50 million?
David Luiz.
Yeah.
PSG from Chelsea.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. I keep forgetting the fact. Barcelona once thrashed Real Madrid 7-2 in the league.
My next question. Nigel Adkins made over 300 career appearances, but what position did he play?
Ooh. Left back.
Goalkeeper.
Nigel Atkins was a goalkeeper.
Yep.
No, I would no. You could have given me 11 guesses of each position on
It
the
would have been
pitch,
the last.
and goalkeeper would have been
You'd
the
gone-
last one I
You'd
picked.
have got left wing back before.
I absolutely
False
would have.
9. No, I
Yeah.
mean, the one that I absolutely wouldn't have guessed is centre back. He's too nice to put in a tackle.
Oh, can we skip this question?
What is it?
This is a question I'm pretty sure we've done on a quiz. and
What is
stuff.
it?
On the 25th of September 2017, who captained West Brom and made his 633rd Premier League appearance, beating Ryan Giggs?
Gareth Barry.
In Victorian days, the FA Cup draw consisted of slips of paper being drawn out of the top hat covered with a handkerchief. That's the most...
I suppose it's drawing names out of the hat. That's probably where it's come from.
Well, yeah, but... I guess, he didn't get the
It's
old...
not quite Donald Trump.
Could you
doing-
make sure the whole bag is done? Like all the balls.
It's not quite Donald Trump doing the 1984 or whatever it was League Cup fourth round draw.
When he's saying, just like Tranmere Rovers.
Yeah.
Thinking, who are these?
Number 7. Has Matt Derbyshire ever scored a senior goal in Derbyshire?
Yes.
The answer is no.
Oh, is he not?
He once scored against Derby, but it was at home for Rotherham.
Oh. Well, then he has scored a goal in Derbyshire.
No, it was at home.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Listen.
Also, as a follow-up, has Ryan Kent ever played in Kent?
No.
No, he's played at home to Gills for Coventry on loan, but never played away at Gills.
You and these. Oh. Elliot, I don't know what number question we're on. You started, so whatever the last question was.
I think yours is number 7 now.
Okay. Which home nation were meant to open their Euro 2020 tournament against Switzerland in Baku? It's quite a good question, actually.
It wouldn't be Scotland because they've got. It has to be Wales. Has to be Wales because Ireland are a host or were a host. Dublin. Northern Ireland didn't qualify.
Do they ever?
Scotland are in the same group as us and have home games. It's not England because we got Wembley. It has to be Wales.
Well done. Eibar made their La Liga debut in 2014-15, a remarkable feat for the club from a town with a population of less than 30,000 people.
Gee.
That's amazing. Anyone can get in their academy. Just move to Eibar.
Yeah.
Let's manage Eibar. We'll start another football career.
It would be even more impressive if it was like Bilbao and only players from that location get in. So my 8th question: who is the tallest current Premier League player?
Who's the left back for Brighton? Burn. Is it Dan Burn? Dan Burn.
Dan Burn.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure every time he's on the ball, every commentator says he's the tallest left back in Premier League history, and it's like
He's not a left back, though.
I mean, he's not, no, but Elliot, which two G's? And that's not me trying to be hip. That's what the thing says. Which two G's?
I'm going to guess without asking the question. I'm going to guess Gary Gardner.
No. Well, you failed it now.
No.
Which two Gs played for Aston Villa in more than 300 Premier League matches? One from 1998 to 2009 and one from 2005 to 2018.
Two G's. Are they... They're just... I don't know.
No?
No.
Gareth Barry and Gary Abong-Lahore. Two Gs. Not this first and surname.
Yeah.
Gabrielle
Okay.
Abong-Lahore, not Gary.
Yeah.
A manager who has made millions of pounds out of us, got statues and stands named after him, and he thinks he can criticise us without nobody saying anything to him. Truthfully, I'd probably have a go at him. Yeah, why not? That was Roy Keane on Alex Ferguson.
Wow.
Okay.
So, number 9. What is NYCFC's shirt sponsor?
Is it Etihad?
It is Etihad.
Etihad.
But it's not one that... It's,
No,
it's not. It doesn't scream to you, but when you think about it...
Owned by
part of
Man
the
City. Yeah, that's it, yeah. My number 9. Which club won the championship in 2013 with their top scorer
Cardiff.
managing just 8 goals?
No. So that's...
Which club won the championship in 2013 with their top scorer managing just 8 goals and then were promoted again in 2018 with 90 points?
Cardiff.
Yeah, no, it's Cardiff.
Yeah, no, that's just really weird because that's the same year that we got promoted as Cardiff, and our top goal scorer had 8 goals that season. So I thought that it was
What an
about
awful
us.
season.
We had Robert Corrin scored 8 goals for us that season,
All right.
and I'm thinking who must have been theirs. That is strange.
No, what a weird season that you top goal scorer of the top 2 teams that go up by
Or in single figures.
8 goals. In 1998, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, a match between Benatahasti and Basanga ended in tragedy when a lightning strike killed 11 players, leaving 30 others seriously injured. Oh, I'm sorry to bring a downer at the end of nearly on the second
You got one more. You got one more.
I've
to
got
bring
one
it back
more.
up.
Let's see what let's hope the next one's a bit more cheery.
My final question: which club stadium has the Matthew Harding stand?
Fleetwood.
Chelsea.
Oh,
It's the away end at Chelsea.
I overthought that.
It's that whole stand along, where
yeah.
behind the goal. That's the Matthew Harding stand.
Do you know what? I've heard of that stand,
Yeah.
but I just
You'd have heard it on the
massively-
telly and not thought anything of it.
massively overthought that because I just thought it's your last question. I thought you were just going to pick a stand in one of the 72 clubs.
No,
92, sorry.
my favourite question, probably of all time, was has Matt Derbyshire ever scored in Derbyshire? I did look to see if he'd ever scored against Chesterfield or whatever our team is.
Which European club did Ashley Cole play for between 2014 and 15?
That'd be after Chelsea. But before Derby, before LA Galaxy, was it French? It was Roma.
Oh, Joe, I thought
Because
this
he
was easy.
He was
Yeah.
stood at the end, wasn't he?
That's it, yeah. I thought this was too easy. I thought that was such an easy question to end on. Let's hope this one's a bit more cheery. I'd like to congratulate Ronnie Delia on a historic treble. It's some achievement for any manager to get the same team knocked out of Europe 3 times in one season. Charlie Johnston, after Celtic were eliminated, reinstated, and knocked out of the Champions League and then the Europa League in 2015. That's
Wow.
brilliant. Okay, yeah, that was a good one to
He's
end.
now the NYCFC manager.
Is he?
And the chant is, "Hey there, Ronnie Dyler, what's it like in New York City?" Yeah.
You got one wrong.
I got one wrong. I swear I got more than one wrong.
I've only got one sheet of paper here that says
Okay.
you were wrong.
You've got 7 out of 10, so...
That's considering you said that this quiz was like quite hard. I'm quite proud of that.
There are the bonus points.
It was that Gillingham question.
Yeah,
got it
that
for
got
me,
you
wasn't it?
2.
You got 8.
Yeah, the 2 Gs. That was a good mix of
Yeah.
questions, actually.
Yeah, well, it was.
Apart from one of them.
Well, I might have to use that one every week. No, but congratulations. Let's not talk about it again because I think it's fair to say that if I had won it, I would have just left it. So no, don't paint this unrealistic picture of me being unbearable if I win things. That's not me at all. So let's end it there. I think that's fair. Elliot, I'm going to end the podcast with a pun which it made me groan. So it will make you groan. Does anyone know how to write an original joke that doesn't rely on an overused punchline? asking for a friend. We thank you so much for listening to this week's podcast. I have been Sam.
Dead silence.
Yes.
I've been Elliot.
You can find us every week, every Tuesday. Don't worry about this one. This one's a two-off.
Maybe in a few weeks' time. But
you will find us on Spotify, Apple, Simplecast, YouTube. Type in Through on Goal and you will find us. TOGO Podcast on Twitter. Give us a follow. And yeah, thank you very much for your feedback and your listens. It is our year anniversary in a couple of weeks, Elliot. Have you got anything planned? He forgot!
Probably end of season, looking back on Nottingham Forest to win the league.
Oh yeah, we might have to do a drinking game whilst doing the podcast. I think that'll be quite funny. So yes, thank you very much for listening.
Actually, with no football, we can record on the Saturday. So
stop it, stop it now. I've been Sam. I've said that already.
Yeah, you've already done that.
All right then. Well, we'll see you next week. Bye bye.